Thanks for dropping in. 3 weeks ago, I released this 3D printed Clicky toy, the Super Toggly Fidget Button. The response to this design blew me away. Look at all these. That one has faces on it. I guess people really like fidget clickers. So in this video, I'm revealing 2 new takes on this original design. I'm also going to talk about a fidget giveaway by the TikTok channel Action 3D. I'll go over that at the end of the video. First up is the mini Super Toggly Fidget Button. Now I know what you're thinking, this doesn't look very mini at all, but this is a scaled up demonstration model. The original Toggly design wasn't very pocket friendly. Sure, you can scale the original design down, and many people have already done that, but there's always a limit. Parts lose some strength, and the click loses some oomph. This mini Toggly Fidget Button solves both of these issues by shrinking down just the trivial parts. When you open it up, you'll see that the springs and the main post are about the same size as the original. But I didn't stop with just resizing things. You'll also see that the new design uses 2 springs instead of 1. You can now customize the strength of your click. Just include or leave out that second spring. There's also this extra hole on top. With a little effort, you can run a string or wire through the hole and turn this into a bracelet, necklace, or keychain. This design is just as easy to print as the original. There's no extreme overhangs, so you don't need to print any supports. I do recommend using a high number of perimeters though, to improve strength. With a smaller size, assembly is a little bit trickier. I recommend adding the toggle and springs first. Some parts may be a little tight, but you should be able to push things into place. Just be careful with what direction you're applying pressure. There are a few parts that can snap on you. If absolutely necessary, a little sandpaper will help troubled pieces fit, although I didn't have to resort to that in any of these prints. The next design is the Super Extra Toggly Fidget Button. It started out as an homage to the 4-button Super Nintendo controller, but due to a lack of purple filament, I used the Europe and Asia color scheme. I'll be sure to get some purple on hand before I make anything GameCube inspired. What's not so obvious about this design is it's not limited to just 4 buttons. You can now print as many of these center sections as you want to transform this into a long array of toggle switches. Like the Mini, this design has room for up to 2 springs per switch. You can have a mix of different click strengths along the same fidget clicker. It even works if you add no spring at all for stealth mode. Unlike the other designs, this one does have one part that requires some support material. The middle case is printed vertically, and that leaves these little cutouts for the springs hanging. Fortunately, the supports are very minor, so if your slicing software includes the ability to control where to generate supports, you only need to select these few small spots. The project includes this extension piece. You only need to print it if your clicker has more than the 2 default rows. The extension piece is used to hold this cam in the center here. If the parts don't hold, just a little bit of hot glue should work. The clicking pattern you can get with this are a little mesmerizing. So, which design do you like better? The minis are certainly the easiest to print and assemble, but I'm tempted to use this design as a sort of new filament test. I can just keep on printing and adding rows to it. I mentioned earlier that there's a giveaway. Action 3D has been printing lots of these fidget buttons. He wants to give several prints away, including this really large one. Check out his TikTok page for all the specifics. When you're there, make sure to check out his journey to cover the full range of scaled fidget spinner prints. His current print is completely bonkers. Until next time, happy clicking, and thanks for stopping by. Fortunately, these supports are very minor. If your slicing software includes the ability to control where to generate supports, you only need to select